A very warm welcome back to Riverbend Springs on Farming Simulator 25. It's episode 34 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just conducting a quick time and motion study on my hired workers. Let's see how they fare. Ladies and gentlemen, it's June 2, it's 9:35. I was only saying the other day, it depends what happens, what becomes available, what manufacturers and companies are around. Our playground equipment manufacturing that we earn like 90 grand a pop. The first 2 or 3 rounds, I was using stuff from our sawmills, but I was also supplementing it with buying pallets. Now, not the best way to go about doing it. So I had a thought when actually we've got rain on the way. I suddenly realised that we've got options for these. So what I've done is I've pulled all the logs away from this one. I'm going to leave both of these here and leave them running because both of them have got over 13,000 litres in. So I'm going to let them run through until they run out. But I'm going to place a new one. Now in the last episode I said about putting in a preserved food factory, which was the initial plan. However, what we're going to be having a look at today is doing some wood chipping, which I haven't done yet. Now, we have got a downside to that, and we'll see. If we go into here and look at our forestry equipment, our wood chippers available. These are base game. That's 110 grand, and then obviously the lease cost. I thought we need a big bit of kit. To lease that is almost the same amount as it is to buy that. 33,000 something to lease the Gens HM 922. Now, I'm sure when this first came out and I did some testing, I had issues with it. It's going to involve chopping things up quite a bit. But I'm thinking we'll leave it as it is colour-wise and all the rest of it. Same as usual. I don't know why I'm just not a big fan of license plates unless there's something particular I want to show on it. Lease cost of 1,950. Yes, we can go for that. Oh, that was something else I was going to say. As we've just seen, contracts that we've just finished, that big spinach contract that I was doing, I did set a worker on that in the end. I set a worker on it, and then I went and did a wood transport. I did the hoeing contract we had. Then we got a second wood transport contract come out. While that was going, once I had a full trailer load, I sent the worker off to deliver and do looping and come back again. We were left with 11,000 litres. It seemed, when I did the spinach the other day, one field had weeds in, the other one didn't. The one that had weeds in, we had more left over from the field that had weeds in than the one that didn't. Although the one that didn't was a bigger field. So I'm wondering if there's some kind of allowance made if there are weeds. Anyway, that being said, we're up to over 20,000 litres of spinach in our storage now. Yeah, 21. Doing all right for spinach. Anyway, just thought I'd mention that because we did have some left over, so I thought we would use it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and grab that wood chipper, see how that goes. I don't really want to spend 33 grand leasing the big one. We might have to. So what I was initially going to do was sell this and just say, you know what, what's in there, fine, we'll just accept, we'll take a hit on it. But we've got enough money to place another one anyway. So I'm going to put a new one in here, and this is part of the wood chip sawmills. So we're going to put wood chip sawmill in here, which will give us 2 sets of recipes, one for logs, one for wood chips. And the small one does run at a higher, rather than 24 cycles per month, it runs 120 cycles per month. So we should get our pallets out faster, which means we can keep our production running. I might put a second one in. Like I say, do I just take it and say, you know what, shut both those down, sell them, and put the new ones in their place? Or the fact I've got, well, between them, 26,000 litres of wood in there, I'm better off just letting them run. I'll let them chug away. Yeah. So I'm going to put one in here to start off with. We're going to put these logs into it. And then what we'll do is probably go along. We can go check on our manure as well while we're over there. We'll go along by the field where our water buffalo are, because we've got a lot of trees around that. We've got trees around our grass field. We've got some trees up at our new field where our olives are growing. And we've obviously got a load of trees around here, as you can see, trees like this. We've got some absolute monsters. Plus, we've got some fairly standard trees we could cut down. So we'll go and pick some trees, bring them down, chop them up with a chainsaw, stick them through the wood chipper. Now, my only problem is as well, I don't know, because the wood chipper is quite small, and the size of our trailer, the sides and size of our trailer is such that I don't know if that wood chip we've just leased will be able to blow wood chips into that. That's an issue that hadn't dawned on me until just now. Do I put all the logs onto a trailer and bring them back, or do I wood chip them on site? We'll have a look at our options. So firstly, let's put this in, shall we? There we go. 36 grand. Actually, I don't know how many of these are liftable. I did chop a load up, but I think we might have to just push them in with the telehandler. Yeah, they're all a bit too big at the moment. But what we should be able to do here, duck under there. Not the light. We want... Where's out? There we go. There's our new one. So we've got our 3 recipes there, standard. But the recipes are 120 cycles a month compared to these sawmills, which are only 24. So that's better anyway. But then we've also got the wood chip recipes. Now, the wood chip recipes do require a fair bit of wood chip, but it means we can get double the recipes running automatically. I think that's a no-brainer. Yep. Well, I'm in now, so I'll say yeah. We're already set. We're already doing it. So let's get that on. Let's push some of these in. Give them a bit of a shove. Ooh, didn't like that, did it? Just going a little bit further. There we go. So we are going to need some more logs anyway. But even just doing it, logs at 120 cycles per month. The recipe's the same, but the cycles per month are higher. So, I mean, we're looking at what, 4 times more? Getting quite the old sawmill industry going on here. But like I say, I think once we've got those other ones have run out. Wow, that all went quick, didn't it? What we're looking at, wow, that wasn't as much as I thought it was going to be. Okay, so we can do our wood ones. So let's get that running, and that running. And we should see those picking up quite quickly. And then, like I say, we'll do a ton of wood chip. We'll get a load of wood chip in. We can store wood chip in our silo as well, so we can do loads. So even if I do load off camera, I am seriously considering though, do I? We'll give that smaller one a go first. I mean, at the end of the day, that's all we can do. We'll try the smaller one first. I'm going to take this. So we don't need this. We'll take it along. I'll grab one of the tractors with the trailer. I'm just thinking, because we've got that slope, could we put the wood chipper at the top of the slope and the trailer at the bottom? Will it reach it and blow into it? Because we have got a bit of a ridge here, haven't we? It's just an idea. I'm just thinking as we move along here. We could pull 2 or 3 of these down, couldn't we? We've got some pretty big trees here. I mean, look at that. Absolute beast. We've got to be careful we don't damage the fence line. Just thinking, if we put the wood chipper... Oh, I don't know, actually. I'll say the wood chipper's going to be on a slope otherwise, isn't it? If we put the wood chipper up here and the trailer a little bit lower, would it reach it if I put it on the slope? I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud at the moment. It's one of those, you get a harebrained scheme and you think, oh yeah, that'll work. Should we give that a go? And then realise it's an absolute joke. Buffaloes are all in and chomping. Probably do need to do a little bit more feed. How we're looking in here? I'm not sure. I mean, it has gone up from what it was. Has it gone up enough? Yeah, I'm sure we're fine. So yeah, I'm just thinking, what do we do here? We've got, because we do own. We will check. Actually, that's something to do as well. Let's go to here and look at our land, farmland. So we own that, and that goes right the way out to there as well. So these trees here, all the ones up to the corner in there, we have got a few there and some around the edge of that field. And obviously here we've got a few around the edge here we can probably do as well. And then all the ones at the farm area. So we've got a bit of scope. Just thinking, can we bring that one down? Well, that's on the flat though. It's not really going to help very much, is it? I'm just trying to think of this. Well, let's get the wood chip over. Get the trailer over. I don't want to lease another trailer to do this. If I can work out a way of making it work. You know what I thought we should do as well? I said about doing it in the last episode and I completely forgot. This only had water in it, so we're going to bring this down and pick up the buffalo. I think this takes buffalo milk. I hope it does. As I was driving out, my plan may have changed. If we can, if it allow us to, if we can unload the wood chips onto the floor from the wood chipper, so we would chip, but we would chip onto the floor, we can use the lizard forage pickup. So the lizard forage pickup, we can pick up anything off the floor, which means we can pick the wood chips up and blow them back into the trailer. That might not be a bad idea. Whoa! Okay. It's just something about the flooring. Please work. Buffalo milk. 419. Oh! Right. Yeah, I think so. That could probably work if we can tip onto the floor. If it allows us to unload onto the floor, then we can put the wood chipper anywhere. Then doesn't matter, and we could probably put it sort of on the flat down here, and then get it to unload directly onto the floor, and then lizard forage pick up, hoover it all up, stick it into a trailer, and away we go. Hey, it's got to be worth a try, hasn't it? Right, let's take the buffalo milk back, get that into the dairy, and we can get some buffalo milk bottles on the way. Let's try this wood chipper, shall we? Wood chipper has been collected. Let's stick it down here. Let's see what we can do. So I'm not sure how this is going to work at all. I wonder if we can put it... I think it runs on its own, doesn't it? Or does it have to be hooked up? I can't remember. Let's unfold it, pipe out, let's disconnect it. I'm pretty sure it does. If not, we'll hook it back up. Oh, turn that off. Can we enter this? We can. Excellent stuff. So we have got start engine. Let's put it to one side there. We want to put the nozzle down, maybe? How far do we want to put it? Maybe there? And can we unload here? We can unload here. Triangle. Okay. Before I switch the whole thing on and get it running, this is my only concern. That is quite small. We might have to... I don't want to spend 33 grand leasing a wood chipper. We haven't really got a lot of options. I mean, this is... Actually, that might be throwing it out way too far, mightn't it? Should we put the nozzle down a little bit? If we got to start the engine to use the nozzle, okay. Let's do that. Right. It's got lights on it. Didn't even check that. Oh, just that. I mean, yeah, kind of. So, what do I start with? Do we go... Just go with something like that? It's got some smaller branches. I don't know. It's got to be worth a try. And once we've done one tree and it's driven us insane, we might then have to change things up a bit. Quite possibly. Oh no. Turn on wood chipper, that'd be a good idea. No wood chips, awesome. Oh dear, this is going to be a catastrophe. That's 2 bits in and nothing. Let's go a bit chunkier, shall we? Even if I have to slice these lengthways, maybe? Don't think we'll do that bit, but we can always slice it. Slice and dice. Will that go? This is going to take forever. We might just bite the bullet and go for something a bit monstrous. Come on. Boy, we've got some wood chips. Where did it put them? There's a few there. Let's see if we can get a pile. Because once you start to see a pile grow, we'll get the impetus. I think what I might need to do, let's turn it off so it's not, you know, we're not wasting fuel and whatnot. We'll build up a pile of logs and then we can just chuck them all through. Yes, let's do that. Oh, it'll be winter again before I'm ready to do anything, won't it? This is going to be an absolute car crash. Right, okay. It's 11:08. I thought I'd jump back. I've got a little pile. No, we've got a little pile. I've got two. Bring out 2 or 3. Possibly 3. I've got an absolute monster down over here. And I'm gradually working my way. I've got a lot to get through on this one. But this is one of the ones, like I've just shown you on the little clip, where I'm going to do, look at the size of that, where I'm going to do chunks off of it and then slice the chunks this way. So as you can see, this one has been cut in half, but still too heavy. So what I'll do is just get the saw and I'll do it into chunks I can manage. Then we'll slice that up into sections we can put through the wood chipper. So I thought, considering we've got a bit of a pile of, there we go. So I can lift that. Once I get it over there, put it down, cut that in half again, and hopefully we'll be able to get through a whole load more. Get ourselves a nice big part. I'll be honest with you, I'm quite enjoying doing this. I don't know if I might need to do this twice. It's just trying to work out the largest size I can get through. I don't want to start cutting stuff down to tiny, tiny, tiny bits. If I can get away with putting stuff this sort of size through, if it will take it, which it should do, like that. I just think these larger ones, I mean, like I say, I might need to slice them again because I'm not sure it's like them actually. Just taking it, and the pile is growing. So all I'm going to keep doing is just shoveling stuff through. This seems working alright. Like I say, it's just finding that perfect thickness without going too bonkers. I don't know how much is in that pile. The pile looks fantastic compared to what it was, but until I come over with the lizard forage pickup, and it's probably going to be like 2,000 litres or something daft, isn't it? But from what I found when I was doing kind of wood logging testing, when I did my logging video way back at the start, I found I was getting way more wood chips per tree than I was getting literage if you just put the logs in as they were. So I was getting, yeah, more wood chip per tree than literage, which seems a bit bizarre, but if that's how it works out, I'm more than happy to take that. As I say, we've got a load more of that tree to come. Our pile is growing. It's exciting. It's funny, isn't it? Like with any job, you start off with the smallest equipment, doing it like this, tiny little slivers at a time, and then you get to a point, well, you might get to a point if you decide to go logging a bit, you know, a bit heavier with it, where you've got one of those massive wood chippers, and there have been tons and tons of 22, so I'm hoping we can get a load more. And I'm cutting down very abnormal trees here. You're straight up and down wallop, you know, using a tree harvester, cutting them into 6 metre, 7 metre, 8 metre, 10 metre lengths, bang, 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 getting those through a wood chipper. You can get hundreds of thousands of litres pretty quickly. And then there's the mod like the Devourer and stuff like that. You know, that wood chipping one that will just absolutely monster through a tree in seconds. We're not at that point yet. We're not at the point financially, we're not at the point in the game where those things are available. So, KISS. Keep it simple, Steve. Yes, Steve, I'm talking to you. Anyway, I'm going to carry on. I'm having a great whale of time. Whale of time. I know this is kind of, you know, my brain is saying, but while you're doing this, you could be picking up contract after contract after contract. Yeah, it could be. But it's quite relaxing. Talking of which, it's actually nicer when those thin branches you don't get very much. When you chop these up, these are the very kind of the heart of the logs, and they do seem to have a nice amount of literage to them. That being said, actually, I haven't checked how we're looking. We've got a couple. Oh, we've got a few actually. I forgot about the cultivating ones I took on. Wood transport. Anything big popped up? You know, like a 6, 7, 8,000 contract. No, we're fine. I'm good to carry on. It's 11:52. My plan is taking shape. I've got a worker actually doing the 2 cultivating jobs. One's just been done, as you probably already seen. Yes, I'm sure I put it up. To free up space. Oh, that was. Oh, I nearly got the little light thing. Bottom right. That was weird. I was bringing all the logs round from the tree I'm cutting down round there. Then thought, why don't I bring a trailer over, load the trailer up, bring the trailer over, or as I was doing that, so it's good having all these little tractors now. Look, we got it all chopped up. So I loaded all that up to take it around there and thought, why don't I just bring the wood chipper around here? That would make more sense, wouldn't it? So we're all chopped up here. We're all chopped up here. We've got an absolute load to put through. But I've also done a dastardly plan. Well, it's not dastardly. A lot of people said about doing it. The Deadwood contracts. If you do a Deadwood contract and you complete the contract, the wood that you've cut down, whether you've got it on a trailer or if you've taken it and put it in a pile, it will disappear unless you wood chip it or sell it. So I thought, well, why don't I take on a Deadwood contract? Then the trees in the Deadwood contract are nice and straight. I can bring them back, chop them all up, wood chip them, then complete the contract. So I freed up by doing a cultivating job, a space. I've taken on a Deadwood contract, which will do in a little while. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put these through the wood chipper first, just to increase that pile. I bought over our forage pickup and trailer so we can pick up our wood chip. Then I'm going to move the wood chip around the corner, and I'm going to absolutely blaze through that lot. And then we'll see how much we got. What I will say is, our sawmill, our new sawmill, it's going rather well. That's a standard one, and that's a standard one. If you look on the right-hand side, it says cycles per month, 24. And the reason I haven't shut that one down is I'm on 933 of planks, 931, is it, of long planks. Wood beam, I'm not so bothered about on that one because, you know, if I shut it down, I shut it down. But we're all almost full on wood in there as well. Next one, we got 489, 931 again, and 267. So again, I'd rather get the planks long out of it. The new one, how long we had it running? We're already at 226, 148, and 99. So, yes, it's going to be way better. And I haven't even put the wood chip in yet. If I put wood chip in there and then I get all those three going as well, brilliant stuff. I'm happy with that. And then what I'll do, I'm definitely going to put a second one in. Then when the other two have run out of wood, I will remove them. So technically, I'll only have had to pay for one, because if I get half back on each of the others, that will make the price of one. Yeah. Yep, let's go with that. So what I'm going to do, let's turn on the wood chipper, let's turn our pipe, put it where we had our little pile, put our nozzle down a bit, to about there. So let's get these bits through, then I'll move the wood chipper over. Like I say, I bought 2 or 3 over there and thought, what am I doing? Why? I'm going to be curious to see. Oh, you know, I forgot to do again. Make sure if you're using this, unload here. There we go. Keep forgetting. Some of them I've chopped up around the corner might be too big, like this one might be. And if it is, I'll just, oh no, I'll just cut it in half. I was just saying I might have to cut it in half, but I wouldn't. Wow, get me thinking ahead. Whoa. No, don't do something silly. Don't be silly. Come on, you can do this. There's something holding it back. There we go. Yeah, so like I say, we'll pick this up. See just how little wood chip we've got. That's going to be fun, isn't it? Right, let's turn that off. If we grab... Did I bring it over with this? What did I collect it with? JCB, wasn't it? Can I... we'll try. I can't remember, in all honesty. So I've got a worker doing a cultivating contract at the moment. I said that, didn't I? Yes. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to put the wood chip pile further round, but I thought we'll do a Deadwood one and I can have a go with that. God, blimey, delicate doily. What's that all about? Which way around do I want it? Probably. I'm trying to think. If we put it kind of there. That'll do for the time being. Let's move that out of the way. Because what I can do, I can move the trailer wherever I need it, because I've got all those piled up already. Let's do that. I'm going to move the pile, put it about there maybe. Let's do that. Turn on wood chipper and make sure we are on unload here. Like I say, some of these might be a bit big, and I will see. I'm sure they'll be fine. Hopefully, I've had one instant of all the logs I've put through so far where it got a little bit stuffed up, and I had to unclog it. But other than that, I don't want the wood chips disappearing into the hillside. And we've got a little pile going there. So I suppose what everyone's been waiting to find out. Just how many wood chips do I have in my pile? What's literage? I'll put a couple more through here first. I'll be honest, I'm curious to find out. And I'll take the wood chip over, because at least we can get that sawmill running with both. Go on. There we go. That might be a bit chunky, but we'll see. Chunky boy. Once our pile pokes out above the... missed that one. Yeah, once it pokes out above the grass, we know we've got a proper pile going. Yeah, we're getting there, we're getting there. This is incredibly addictive. I kept thinking, I was chopping the tree up and I was thinking, I need to go over and set the other cultivator off. I need to get the cultivating contract going. I need to go and do that. I should go and do that, because that could be running while I'm chopping the tree up. And I kept chopping the tree up and chopping the tree up. And it's like, you know me, like I'm with my contract work and stuff like that. Oh, are we contract complete? No, why is that? Oh, because it's just gone to the next hour. So why is that suddenly? Yeah, look, we've got a pile going. Right, I know. I want to know as well. I want to know how bad it is. We'll see. Oh dear. Oh lordy. Please help me. Please let it be a gargantuan. It's not a gargantuan pole, that much is obvious, but so. I'll take that. I'll take that. I need to grind the stumps out. Oh, that's alright. You know what, I'm going to take that over. I'm going to take that over to the Hoojamy what's it. Pipe in. Drop that. I'm going to whiz that over, get that in there, and I can get those other recipes running as well. And then guess what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to wood chip all this lot, and then I will go and get the... We'll do the Deadwood contract. And I'll take my lumber lorry, we'll load it all up, bring it back here, chop it all up, throw it through the wood chipper, and then I can complete the contract. If I complete the contract before, the logs will disappear. Same works with... I haven't actually tried it yet. Like I said before about doing the wood transport contracts, it says it charges you. Now, I did a bit of testing. And if you complete the contract and you've got all the logs on the trailer, you drive away with it, complete the contract, it doesn't charge you for the wood, but the wood does disappear. So what I'm curious to find out with that, doing a wood transport one, is those logs are good to go. I mean, they're... But again, are they coded like the Bales are to say they're a contract? I don't know. Probably. And then, if you wood chip all of them, will you get charged? Because I'm sure it says 2,000 per log or something, doesn't it? Let's go to that. And... chips in. Oh, that was quick. Under there. No, not the lights. There we go. So, sawmill. Let's get that one on, and that one on as well. Now we're rocking and rolling. Now it's going to absolutely honk through the wood chip because the recipes are double. But that's going to really help, because if we can get this really speeding up, which it is doing already, we can see that. I mean, 24 cycles a month compared to 120. And then with the double recipes as well, that should be fine. I'm so frustrated. Do I just say, you know what? Let's put the second one in now, get that going as well, and then just let these two run out. Once these have run out, we can forget about them. I'll move all the wood that's here into the new one. I do need to bring some actual logs over because I'm not full on this yet, and have them both running. And then we can keep our playground maker fully equipped, can't we? You know what? I'm going to do it. Right, I'll see in a bit. Like I say, I've got some wood chipping to do. Once I've done the wood chipping, we'll do the Deadwood contract, and then yeah, we'll just make sure everything's topped up. I need to cut down a couple of trees and keep them kind of intact. I suppose I could no, just to make sure I've got the new ones topped up. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. I've made another decision. I'm growing as a person. I'll tell you what, we got quite the pile now. Got rid of all the stuff that was... Did I get rid of all of it? Yeah, got rid of all the stuff that was here. All the stuff that was here. We're onto the trailer now. So we'll do the straps off there. See how much this catapults into the shadow realm. And we'll get this going through. Now, the question could be posited. Could you not have just bought wood chips? Yeah. I could have spent the time doing this, doing contracts, and the contract money, I could have gone and bought wood chips. Absolutely, I could have. And that's something that you don't get, I suppose, because they want you to do forestry. I've had fun doing it, in all honesty. But it might not be your thing, and that's fine. Of course, you can go and buy them if you want to. Yeah, you can't buy pallets of wood chips, but there's the buy points, the buying things, silos, and stuff like that. There's a whole lot of stuff for that. What I was going to say, our fourth sawmill, the second of the new ones, is up and running. We're going to get a load of this. That's running, and it actually, as it transpires, the Deadwood contract, you never guess where it is. Right by the farm. Right here. Here's the farm. Here's the Deadwood contract. So I've got to decide, actually, what I could do. I could use the Deadwood... I think I'm going to be better off wood chipping it. And then I'll do a couple of trees to cut down and do what I did before, put them into my new sawmills to fill it up. So we're up to 14,000 litres. I'm going to have to try and keep the wood chip topped up if I want to keep it, going the way it's running. Yeah, I might do, actually. I might have to invest in a wood chipper. But then every time a Deadwood contract comes up, do the Deadwood contracts as well as the wood transport contracts. They pay the bills, let's be honest. And just chuck them through the wood chipper every time we've got some. That's probably not a bad idea, actually. So, yeah, just sort of give an update as to where we are, what's happening, and all that kind of jazz. And show you the pile of wood chips, which is awesome. This tree was an absolute... Consider I did 3 trees over the other side. This one tree alone, absolute beast. $12,444 litres. Actually, I'm just going to put that all in one, I think. Let's put it all in this one. There we go. Get that off and running. Let's move that to one side. So, there we go. Let's get those running, that, and that. How's the other one looking? We're looking good. We are looking good. It is getting through the wood chip. It is getting through the wood. That's, I suppose, the only downside. Whoa, hang on. I thought I saw something. It's gone again. I've got a little flicker down the bottom right hand corner. I haven't noticed that before. It's only a couple of times. Anyway, that's that. Let's whiz across. We'll go through the field. Oh, so annoying. Because our Deadwood contracts are over here. I'm going to drag the trees over, stick it with the wood chipper, get that in. Yeah, so what I was going to say was, the only downside, I suppose, is that because they are running faster, I have got to, whereas the other ones, I had a pile of wood sat there, and it's taken a while to chug through it. We're going to be getting through the wood a lot quicker. So, from that perspective, we're going to have to be a bit more Johnny on the spot, keeping it all up to date. So, we are in the circle. You can see most of the dead trees, you can see them already. I've got to make sure I cut them in. There we go. They are marked. Marked for demolition. I want to get as much of the tree as I can. Up a bit. There we go. I was not wanting that. Like I've got my lumberjack boots on, isn't it? We'll grab that one with the telehandler. I mean, technically it is cut. We are saying 20%. How many trees have we got to do on this contract, actually? I didn't even think to look at that. What are we looking at? Farmland. Oh, it's only 5 trees on this one. I'm going to keep an eye out for more of those then, because I had one that was it 11 trees or something like that? We'll see what 5 trees gets us. What have we got contract-wise? Oh no, I thought I had more there. Right, so that's one. There was one over here, wasn't there? Is that still inside the circle? We're going to be right on the boundary if it is. I'm not sure if it is, you know. Oh, it is? Okay. I need to pay more attention to where I'm cutting to avoid other trees. Right, let's get that down. So I'll see you over there again in just a minute. Let's get that. There we go. I want the maximum amount we can get off this. Now, obviously, on Silver and Forest on 22, Deadwood contracts, yes, you could, but the amount of wood chip you got from them was pitiful. It really wasn't even worth the time to sell them either. They just weren't worth doing. They really weren't. But if we can get some wood chip, like I say, I don't know how much we'll get. Any amount of wood chip will be better than nothing at all. So if I drag them over, and like I say, I've got to make sure I wood chip them before I complete the contract. Otherwise, the trees will disappear. So you've either got to take them to the sawmill, sell them, use them as wood in your. Now this said 5 trees. Oh, that's not dead. Okay, so those 2 and these 3. Yeah, so you've got to make sure you use them. Otherwise, they will disappear. So. That's interesting. Why have the others? That seems very high up. Yeah, it is for some reason. Doesn't like it. Go from there then. We seem to be losing big chunks of the tree when we cut. We're cutting it and then it's losing a chunk from above the cut, which is odd. But again, almost by the end of the day, it's free wood. We're being paid to cut it down, so I'm not gonna odds it too much. That one went better. Cool. I'm gonna drag these ones over. Not that it shouldn't make any difference. Like I say, it's normally until you collect on the contract. But I don't want to get the 4th one down and say contract complete. I don't know. I'll take him over in wood chip and then I'll come back and get the last one. I've got to try and do if I can. I didn't grab a winch, did I? Should have grabbed a winch. My telehandler should be alright. Because we've got the straps on the forks, so if we can get one end and just kind of get the... I know the straps are invisible, but it has straps. And kind of drag it out. We'll go from the thick end, I guess. Could cut it in half, I suppose. That would make life a little bit easier, wouldn't it? But will it allow me to? Yes. So can I turn with it? We are dragging. Whoa. Oh yeah, hasn't done the bottom part of it, but we'll drag it back, sling it through the wood chipper. I'm curious to see actually from one tree how many wood chips we get. So what I might do is just wood chip one and then collect it. Caught the tree. There we go. Probably would have been better. What I'll do with the next ones, I think I'll cut them in half and then bring them back that way. We'll lift them up on the forks rather than pull them. I could do with actually buying, I mean I don't do much of this, but if we are going to do a bit more of it, I probably could do with buying one of the winches. That wasn't too expensive, was it? We used it way back at the start. We're up here, aren't we? Under forestry, the Taj fund, isn't it? Under there, 8,500. To be honest with you, probably not a bad idea to have one anyway. What do we reckon? I might do. We might get one. Have a look in. Now I might not do the rest of this on camera. I'm just very conscious of time. I don't know how long I've taken actually on this. And again, size-wise, I could probably put longer lengths through it. We'll see what it'll allow me to pick up, whether it will put these through, because if it will, we are laughing. Can I pick that up? I can. Cool. Right, let's get that switched on. Unload here. Might have to chop these in half, but that might be alright. Okay. I suppose the other thing to do would be to bring one over, chop it in 2 or 3 pieces, and just put it in as wood and see what literage we get. So have a look and see what we get for wood chip, and compare that to what you get just for putting the tree in as wood. Yeah, we'll sing the branches in as well, the ones that I didn't mention. Should get longer and longer cuts on these. As we get to the thinner end, it will become lighter, so we should be alright. If not, I'll cut them in half. Cool. This one probably won't be worth very much at all, but we'll get it in. Okay, not worth anything at all. Let's put it this way, it's not going to be crazy amounts. too long? Really? How's that? Okay. If you say so. No, it's not letting me cut it at all. How weird. Oh, great. Right. Tells me all I need to know. Right. Last bit. Mind you, if you had a contract with 11 trees, it's not going to be 1,000 litres, is it? Maybe stick to my original plan. Maybe Deadwood contract is not the solution. Not even 1,000 litres, 762. But, hey, like I said, it was free. So I wonder if I need to take a note of numbers before we put it in. If we just, like I said, bring one 762 and then put it in as a tree, is it 762 litres? I'm curious, and then we'll finish there. I think that's what we'll do. I'll bring one more over, chop it up, we'll put it in. Which one do you want to go by at the moment? What we're looking on here. Yeah, that's got less in as far as tree goes. Actually, what we'll do? No, I don't really want to turn it all off. Oh, we'll just throw it in anyway. We'll have a check when we get there. What we're looking at the moment, 4, 6, 7, 8. So when we come back with the tree, we'll check that, and then I'll do a bit of maths. What was 763 on that? Well, it wasn't a lot, was it? No. Right, telehandler back over. See you in a moment. Well, that's going to be an anticlimax for you. I know that much. But weirdly, if I come over to here now and click on this, it's saying 5912 and dropping. So it was well over 1,000 litres, or 1,000 litres, thereabouts. The other one was 700 and something. As I drove through the gap here, as I drove through the gap, it took all the logs off. I must have clipped the corner of the box where it will take the log. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still taking it. So whether we would chip it, whether we put it in as logs, I'm going to go and get the rest of them, then I'll complete the contract, and then we'll be happy as Larry with that. That should be fine. I am curious. I might do a test off camera. I might do a wood transport contract. Bring the logs here, unload them, either put them in or wood chip them, then complete the contract and see what happens. I haven't done that yet. To see whether you get fined. I am curious. So I need to do some more wood chipping, get those rest of those trees over, but all that being said, we needed wood chip. Was the reward that, see the flicker bottom right? I haven't had that for ages. Turn away, it's gone. Just seem to get every now and again. Yeah, was the reward worth the toil, the time put in versus what we got out? It depends how you feel about it. I don't mind doing jobs like this. I just go into my zone, like I've said before, audio book, whatever it might be, bit of music, and just to my heart's content, chopping up logs, throwing them through a wood chipper doesn't bother me. But these, the new wood chip sawmills, are running really effectively. Faster than these ones, but like I said, I'm going to leave these to run out of wood. We'll get what we need to out of them, then we'll remove them. I might stick another mushroom greenhouse. Again, that's just kind of... Is that... Oh, I have space. What can I put in the space? I don't need to necessarily put anything in the space. But there we go. That's it for this episode. I'm thinking wood chips and episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.